Right then, so if you are employed in the UK, in fact, this probably applies for other parts of the world as well, but let me just stick to the UK for now. If you are employed in the UK, there's a good chance that the government owes you money, right? And the reason why the government owes you money is because there's a good chance that you've overpaid your tax. The good news is you can claim it back. In fact, you can claim back the current tax year and the previous 4 tax years. Now, here's the thing. I know when I say that, there might be people who say something like, oh, it's fine, they'll just give me an automatic rebate anyway. But what you got to understand is they won't. Or more specifically, they might, but they probably won't. See, in the past, I know that I've got an automatic tax rebates, right? And because of that, I didn't really bother checks. I figured, it's automatic anyway. Come find out, most times, it's not. But like I said, you can claim it back. Now, before I explain how you can claim it back, I'm going to try and explain how it happens in the first place, because it might not be what you're thinking. So when you get paid, what your payroll department does is that they'll look at your pay for that month. And let's say your pay for that month is £2,000. What they'll then do is say, okay, if this person was to make £2,000 per month for a year, how much tax would they pay over the year? And they'll get that figure for £2,000 per month over the course of the year and how much tax that would be. They'll then take that figure for the year and divide it by 12, and that's what they'll deduct from your tax for that month. And you see that deducted as income tax and national insurance. Now, if you earn £2,000 the next month, you're going to see the same numbers. But if you did overtime, or maybe you got a bonus, or maybe you earned some more commission, or maybe you worked less hours, or whatever it is. Let's say the next month you earned £2,500. What happens then is that they take that £2,500 times that by 12, right? Then how much tax you would pay based on earning £2,500 per month for the year. Take that total tax figure, divide that by 12, and then take that off for the month. And the reason why they do it that way is because ultimately they don't know if you're going to be doing overtime this month or overtime next month or less hours this month. So they're doing it on a month by month basis. But what it means is that by the time you get to the end of the tax year, you've probably overpaid your tax. Now, if you're lucky, yeah, you'll get an automatic rebate. In most cases, though, you do not. So what you need to do is ask your HR department for a P60 form. In fact, ask for a P60 form for the current year and the previous 4 years. Now, the P60 form is going to tell you the total amounts that you've been paid over the course of that year. And it's also going to tell you the total amount of tax you've paid over the course of that year. What you then need to do is find an online calculator, or better yet, go to ChatGPT or Google Gemini, it's much easier, and basically ask it, how much tax should I have paid? Now, you need to include things like any pension schemes that you're part of. In fact, you're most likely part of a pension scheme, especially if you're working full time. So include any contributions that you're making towards your pension scheme, whether it's the minimum contribution or any additional contributions. If there's any other schemes you're doing as well, like a ride to work scheme or anything like that. But basically any scheme that you have where money gets deducted before they calculate tax, include those as well. But yeah, put it all into the tax calculator or into ChatGPT, Google Gemini, whichever you prefer. And that's going to let you know how much tax you should have paid for those tax years. And if you're finding, and you most likely will, that the tax that you should have paid is less than the tax that you actually paid, claim it back. Go to the HMRC website and go to the section about claiming back your tax. Fill it all out, claim back as much tax as you can for the previous years as well, but claim it back. Do not wait for them to do it automatically, because they might, but they probably won't.